so many cases, it's all of a sudden there's a rise of cases of diabetes. And remember what our company, the research, or rather the research that was done by WHO, actually, what they announced, that from this year, which is 2020, there's going to be a major shortage of insulin. And you can imagine the continents that are going to be affected, and the first one on the list was actually Africa. So you can imagine what we have been doing over our life, ingesting a lot of fluoride. And when we say a lot of fluoride, what are we talking about? Look at the different adverts that we get on the different toothpaste brands. The way they advertise is having a brush, and you have toothpaste coming from one corner with a tail, with a head or a neck, and goes all the way to the end of the brush with a tail. So it means, and from what we've known now from Opulence, we only need pea size. So you can imagine we have been using like 10 times the amount that we should use at one go of brushing. So we've really been ingesting a lot of fluoride. Then number 6, a lot of fluoride also causes, exposure to fluoride also causes mouth ulcers. So you can imagine all the inflammation and the mouth ulcers in your, and then the discomfort that you get from this. All this is out of, being exposed to a lot of fluoride. So as we say again, fluoride, now we know with all the research, and this research actually has come from very reputable bodies, including universities like Harvard, and also 2 of the universities in Toronto, in Canada, like University of Toronto and University of York. They've actually given this kind of, they've released the results, which have been verified. And of course, before they release them, they have to be verified. And despite some of the warnings we get on the tubes of the toothpaste, we are actually told that we should not ingest, we should not swallow, and then children should be supervised. Now, with all the fluoride, and some of which is actually sweetened, a lot of sugar in the toothpaste, with the different flavors that we add in the toothpaste, and then we have our children, we just show them once and twice and we leave them. And that's why even sometimes you'll find a child in the bathroom hiding, taking the toothpaste, because we have added flavors like strawberry, we have added flavors like bubble gum. So can you imagine what we are doing to ourselves? What we did without knowing when we were young, and what we are doing to our children. So without, with all this doom and gloom, it doesn't mean that we are, we are doomed. No. That's why Opulence Global, our, of course, our company, decided to come up with a home safe revolution, helping us, and or rather empowering us to not only improve our health, but also of those of our loved ones and of the people around us. So what is the solution? The introduction of the Fairy Flawless toothpaste. If there's any partner on this call who has not tried this toothpaste, please, with the 6 health risks, and that was just a summary, with the many health risks we have. Ibrahim, please put your phone on silent. Ibrahim, thank you. So if there's any partner who does not have this toothpaste, who has not used, please do not do injustice to yourself. We all must have this toothpaste. We must introduce all our loved ones to this toothpaste. Then what are the benefits, and what solutions did our lovely company Opulence come up with the Fairy Flawless the Fairy Flawless Microsilver toothpaste? Now, as you may know, microsilver is actually micronized silver particles that first are not absorbed by the skin, and that's why we even have it in our night serums. And also, it's not absorbed by our mucosal tissue. What it does is that it sits on the surface of our teeth and protects the teeth and our gums. And with this particular technology, which dates as far back as the 5th century, it was used to actually keep water safe. And the soldiers used to go to war would actually use silver containers because of the microsilver, or the micronized silver particles to kill the bad bacteria in the water they would fetch along the war, the path of war. And this would actually keep them safe throughout the period that they are out there, in the war. And what our flawless toothpaste does, it actually calms our gums and protects bacteria that challenges our oral breath. That's why when you actually use our toothpaste, you're kept fresh the entire day. Why? And how does that happen? It's because it continues to work long after you have even brushed, because of the way it sits on the surface of your teeth and your gums. Even long after you've brushed, the particles actually continue working with your gums, protecting you from, it also protects the formation of plaque, because like from experience, the previous toothpaste I used to have, there are two things that I used to notice. In the afternoon, when I passed my tongue on top of the teeth, or on the surface of the teeth, I would feel some particles, and that is actually plaque that ends up coagulating and forming tooth, causing cavity and eventually tooth decay. But with our toothpaste, because of the way we are protected, the surface of the teeth is protected, the gums, plaque is actually, it actually prevents the formation of plaque. It's fantastic. It's fantastic in preventing the dental disease. It actually prevents dental diseases. And like I said, plaque control, because it actually makes sure that plaque does not form on the surface of your teeth. And then with the whitening agents, so can you imagine all the effects of all the fluoride I used to, I've been exposed to over the years before I discovered our toothpaste. Now the continuous use of this toothpaste and the whitening agents, now all that is actually gotten rid of. And right now, that's why I'm able to smile. Any opportunity I get, I just want to keep smiling. So once again, I would like to really reiterate, all our partners need to have this toothpaste with them. Ensure you actually include it in your next order, and ensure that you tell all your loved ones to have this. Just let us educate, because we actually perish due to lack of information. Let us reduce all the health risks that are caused by the other toothpastes. Thank you very much. I'd like to hand it over back to the moderator, Febby. Thank you.
Wow, didn't I tell you guys, this girl, when she's given a topic, she goes out to do justice on the topic. She goes, researches, and she brings us a lot of weight in that topic that she has brought. Today I've learned a lot. I've written a lot, so a lot of notes. I've enough notes. I thought I know about our toothpaste, but today I have learned about the micronized silver particles. I've learned a lot, really, why we must not ingest. But normally I say information is potential power. Information is useful when you pick it and use it, because it is this information that we are giving you here today that you need to get there and share it to your customers, because you have got to give them the difference between what they have been using and what we want them to use now that we know the difference. Karemi, tell us what gives you that beautiful smile. Today I'm on your case.
Yes, it's okay. Just be on my case, but the teeth sparkle because I use my very flawless microsilver BD protection toothpaste. And I saw a very, very big difference when I started using my toothpaste. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh, I had a noise. Yeah, so, and even like when I take pictures nowadays, I stand out not because of everything else, but because of my teeth mainly. So yeah, there's a sparkle. I love it. And my breath is always fresh. I remain kissable 24/7.
Hello. Yeah, okay. And Lucy Karanja, are you there? Can we see what keeps that your teeth that sparkling clean? See there, Nadine. Okay. I'm also there. I would like to tell you that after I used this, yeah, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Tell us about your teeth, Mama.
What I love about our toothpaste is just that my teeth are I clean, I can smile, I have no thought, I have no bad breath, and it keeps me comfortable because the previous toothpaste I used to use, do after lunch, I found like sandpaper on my tooth. But with our toothpaste, Miracle Silver is the best. And really the results are amazing. My dad had some plaque, it have cleared it, everything. He have even purchased from me 2 other toothpaste. Isn't it nice? Thank you.
I have some customers who had fluorosis. Their teeth actually were brown, but because of me selling to them the micro silver BG toothpaste, micro silver toothpaste, our toothpaste, I tell you, these customers, every time they finish, they call me, they want some more. So that's why I'm saying this information that we are getting here and now today is not for us to be full of information and our customers lack it. So ours is to pick this information and run with it and make sure our customers get this information. Now, I know the moment we have been waiting for is now here, from our leader to tell us, now that we know about this fluoride, how do we convert this toothpaste into cash in our pockets? Let us hear from our leader, trainer, our mama in the business, the lady, the daring lady who dared to listen to a stranger, who by that gesture has turned our lives upside down positively. This lady, I see her and I say, God bless her. I always tell God, bless her, even when she doesn't know, bless her, because by the decisions she made that day to listen to this wonderful stranger, our lives in Kenya have changed, completely changed. And this is none other than Nancy Kihika. Please pick it up and run and show us the business, Mama. Thank you. Karibu.
Oh, thank you so much, Febronia.
Ototo, please put your phone on silent. Ototo. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Febronia, for that introduction, and good evening and good afternoon, everyone. It's an exciting moment for us. I'm so excited this evening to actually see people who are on this call. And the moment has come where we need to share about the business part. Today, when I was thinking about what topic do we talk about, and I was just going through our how our business should be done, and I thought, when we have all the tools, after we join the business, we all launch our shops. We have what we call, after launching our shops and we have our website, we have our shop running, we receive our kits, all of us. Now, we need to talk about what is expected of us every single day. And we're going to give that topic what you call our business basics, the basics. And I'll mention 4 basics in our business that you're supposed to do. But today we'll focus on 2 so that we'll do the rest next time. Okay, so you can write as a topic as business basics. And one of the basics that we are supposed to do is to use the products. Our business is very, very, very simple. Sometimes we complicate it. Using the product, it's one of the main basics that we should do, because you have to be the product of the product. You have to walk the talk. You cannot tell people about our dental fluorescents, and yet you have Colgate in your house. Allow me to mention the names. You have all these other toothpastes in your house. You cannot tell us about Fountain of Life, but when we look at even you talking about the Fountain of Life, you don't have energy. You look so tired. You look so beaten by the weather. Someone who does not use Fountain of Life. So you must, basic number one is to use your product. What about the fashion? You know, we say you have to start now introducing fashion line in your closet, in your house, you know. And you see about our fashion line, we have products from 10 Canadian dollars all the way. So you cannot say that I will not afford to buy fashion because they're too expensive. That's why we have from very low price all the way to very high end, you know, the luxurious brands that we have. So using our products is key as a partner, because when you use the product, what you get is a benefit of the product. And when you go out there, when we go out there, including myself, you don't go selling the product, you know. People are not interested by that product that you're selling. But what do we sell? We sell the benefit of the product, you know, because people will ask you, why do you have so much energy? Because I use Fountain of Life. But you can't tell people that to use Fountain of Life, but yourself, you're so tired, you know, you don't have energy, and you start saying, I hear Fountain of Life, when you use it, you get a lot of energy. I hear, mark the word, I hear. Because that means you're lying, you're not walking the talk, you're not using the product, and people can see that you're actually lying. So as a partner on this call, basic number one, ask yourself, am I using the product? You know, I have to start from where I am. If I'm a retailer, am I using Fountain of Life? If I'm a promoter, am I using even, you know, the toothpaste, the shampoo, conditioner? I must find myself using a product so that I be the product of the product. I get the benefit so that when I go out there, I share the benefits of the product. So go and ask yourself, if you go to your bathroom tonight after this, because I know you're going to brush your teeth, what toothpaste are you going to use? If you're not using Fairy Flores toothpaste, then guess what? You're not putting your money where your money is. You're promoting other companies, other brands, and this is where your money is. Brands that don't pay you end of the month or end of the week. So that is basic number one. Basic number two, we have to share the products. Number one is using. Number two is to share the products. And when you talk about sharing the products, it is a simple way of saying we have to sell the product. But remember, we don't go out there selling, but we go sharing the benefits of the product. Before I started using Fountain of Life, I used to feel so tired. I used to be so fatigued, you know? But today I have so much energy, and your friends will ask you, what is it that you're using? And you will talk about the most powerful antioxidant discovered in the world today. So we go out there to share the products. And I just want to give some pointers. Why do we have to share the products? Why do we have to sell our products? Number one, okay, we sell the products, number one, to make or to generate retail profits, okay? Because when you sell, you make profit. Depending with the level that you are at, some people will make more money than others. Remember, the same products, the same everything, but some people who are going to make more retail profit than others. Why? Because of our discount. We have lifestyle advisors who just began their business at 30%. After you do your Smart Buy 3 months consecutive, you go to 40%. We have LPs who are at 25%, and we have retailers at 20%. So we cannot, at that level or those shops, you can't make the same amount of profit. So number one is to make retail profit. Number two, we build the customer base. So when we go out there to sell the products, we are also building the customer base, okay? We also share the products to share the benefits with our loved ones, our friends, our relatives out there, because you want to impact their lives positively, okay? We also share the products, like I said, to service our customers. For example, the first customer that we sold or you sold your fountain of life to, or the toothpaste or the skincare, okay? Do we service them? So we share to make sure that we are servicing our customers, because when we don't service them, remember, they were using some products. Those companies will service them. Or when you don't service them, remember, other people will service your own customers. So that is why it is important when you think about sharing the products or selling the products, you're also servicing your own customers. I love talking about the profits that we make, because sometimes as partners, we forget that profit is very good money, that the money that we have control of, especially when you just start the business. Because profits, we always say, and I like what Jim Rohn says, that profits are better than wages, you know, because you can decide how much I want to make this month. I can decide how much I want to make today, you know, but people who are on wages, they cannot decide. Someone decides for them, okay? And why I like talking about sharing the products with a lot of passion as well, so that as partners, the first money that we make will help us achieve small goals that we have in this business. Small dreams or small goals. Like for example, if you make good profits, the profits will make you maybe buy a better phone, maybe buy a laptop, maybe change a few things in your house. In fact, the profit can even make you move from one house to another, you know, because the profit margins are amazing, making up to 67% of profit. It is amazing. And this is the only company I have seen very, very generous in terms of the profit margins, okay? Then the other thing that we need to do in our basics, number 3, if you're writing, basic number 3, is what we call sharing the opportunity. It is our responsibility to share the opportunity with our friends out there. And the reason why we share the opportunity, it's because that's the only way for me to build my network. If I'm a business builder, when I share the opportunity, I'll also generate customer base, because it doesn't mean that anybody and everybody whom I share the opportunity with will join my business. No, some of them, they will not want to be part of the business builders. They want to become my customers. So my other basic every other day is to share the opportunity. And one of these trainings we are going to talk about what is expected, what we call the DMO, so that we give it we give you more information on how to divide your work every single day. But this is your basic. So if you're not doing that, then that means you're not giving yourself an opportunity for people to come into your business or even to generate customers. Because if somebody says no to the opportunity, that doesn't mean they cannot use our products. Always offer someone a solution. So share the opportunity. And when you build the team, you know what happens? You're going to generate an income. Because when you talk about the team commission in our earnings, where does a team commission come from? You will not earn team commission if you're not participating in building or sharing the opportunity, okay? And sharing the opportunity, today we always, or every other time, we start with our we call it our pledge in Kenya, the MGRS, monthly global revenue. You will not participate in that event if you're not sharing the opportunity. If you're not sharing the opportunity, you will not even participate in the car bonus. So it is important for us to understand that this sharing opportunity, it is one of my key basics that I should do as the third one. Then the other basic I wanted to mention is the training, okay? And training, why training? Number one, training helps us to build or to develop what you call the skills. You know, I hear people saying, oh, you know, the reason why I can't do this business, I'm not a salesperson, I cannot sell. And I want to say, me, I don't have sales, you know, I'm not a salesperson. My background of training, I am not a salesperson, but I have trained in PR and customer care, and I have done entrepreneurship. But am I a salesperson? No, but I have learned the skills on how to do the business. And these skills, and I'm still learning. I'm not saying that I'm the best. I'm still learning every single day. So training is key, and I'll mention the types of training so that you ask yourself, am I doing part of this training? If I'm expecting my business to grow, how will it grow when I'm not empowering myself or when I'm not being empowered? Number one, I've mentioned very fast, is what we call personal training. Personal, you as an individual, okay? And what does it include? The personal training, number one, it includes what you tell you, the person seated where you're seated, okay? And that we call the self-talk, the self-affirmation. What do you tell yourself every single day? You know, do you believe that you can do it? Or do you think that this business is for chosen few?
Hold on, Nancy, hold on.
All right.
Ibrahim Halik, Ibrahim, please mute yourself. Ibrahim.
Okay. Yes.
Mute yourself, please. There's a noise from your end. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
There's still noise? All right.
No,
so
it has been.
Mute yourself. Mute your.
Yes. I've done that. It has been.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Ibrahim. So I was talking about the types of training. We will start by number one, personal training, because it has to start even from you, you know. And one I mentioned about like what you call self-talk. What do you tell yourself, or self-affirmation, okay? Because what the mind conceives, it's so important. What you tell yourself. If you tell yourself, I can do it, indeed, you will be able to do it, you know? So that is important. It is important for you to do self-affirmation every single day. And I can tell you, I always tell myself, if Reza can do it, Nancy, you can. If Reza can make 460 Canadian dollars every 42 minutes, why not me? You know, I'm the best there is, the best there was, the best that shall ever be. You know, everybody I talk to joins my business. That's my self-talk. Everybody who joins my business becomes successful, you know? So what do you tell yourself? If you tell yourself, I can't do it, this business is not for me, I don't know how to talk, and that time you're talking, and some people make so much noise, you know, every day they are talking, but they don't believe that they can do this business. So that is one. Number two, listening. You as an individual, what do you listen to? You know, in our country, we say, I mean, are you there listening to Kiss FM every morning? Or are you listening to, you know, Maina Kageni for that matter, you know, for example? What are you listening to? Because garbage in, garbage out, you know? So you need to listen to positive audios. And they're there. Today, we have a lot of resources, even on YouTube, you know? What are you watching? Are you watching videos that can help you grow in our business? There are so many people who are so successful out there. We have videos done by our own CEOs. I mean, our own CEO, Ramin Mesgalo. So make sure that you're doing that. And the other thing I want to mention is what we call reading. What do you read? you know, because again, you have to work on yourself more than anything else. Why? Because this is a business where we deal with people. People are going to bog you down. People are going to tell you can't make it. People are going to tell you even in your family you've never succeeded. You've never become millionaires. So you have to arm yourself by working on the neck up, you know. And the reason why I love our business, it is the only business that builds a culture of personal growth. And personal growth is not taught even in schools, you know, it's not taught in universities, you know. So our business gives us that, that platform where you can learn so much. So remember, personal training is important. And I want to recommend a book that if you don't have it, please go and buy it, okay? One book, a simple book that everybody should start with, what we call Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, okay? Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Number 2, I'm talking about types of training. That's personal training. I want to mention about, and also in personal training, it is your responsibility to read about your business, you know? We need to read about our business. We have our prosperity books. This book, you need to understand it. You need to read it because it is your personal responsibility. Then the other thing I'll talk about in our training, our materials, apart from that, read how to do our 7 minutes presentation, our flyer, so that you understand and you have more information. Then the other thing is the team training. The team training, are you participating in the team training? For those who are able to attend the local trainings, like us here, remember every Tuesday at NABO, we have those trainings. We have the tour. And for whatever reason, maybe you're not available to come, do you remember this training and send even your visitor to the tour? It is very, very important. Then also we have the team organized webinar. Our webinar every Thursday this time at 8 p.m. It is important. You should not miss that training or this webinar together with your team. Then we have what you call the company trainings, you know. Company trainings, we even have our webinar that today, nowadays Kenyans, we are really trying to attend the forensic training that is done by our CEO every Wednesday, 5 a.m. It's so exciting that 5 a.m. we can see some Kenyans who are awake and listening to that. Why? Because that's the only way you can build yourself. So training is important. And also the events, our Saturday corporate training, which for us Kenyans, it's 6 p.m. We need to mark that in our diaries. We need to make sure that we are attending this training to get more information and to get more skills, okay? And the last thing is all the events that we qualify for. For example, the conference, okay? I'm sure we'll know when the conference is coming, the conference in Canada, our cruise. So let's endeavor to make sure that we are attending the training. Hello? And we do our part and we'll be able to do. Okay. So lastly, because I can see my time is almost up, I had timed myself. I just want to mention to us partners here, the importance of doing one thing that will make us very, very successful, because you can do all that in terms of training yourself. But if you're not doing your smart buy, all the effort that we are participating, all of us, because this is the only company I've seen that even your own upline really helps you build business and grow. For example, I'll talk about my case, that my upline Reza has helped me build my business. Why? Because when he recruits some people and I find a market like Hungary, can you imagine? I did not bring such a market in my network, but my upline did it with the other people who we share the same side with. Can you imagine all that effort and I don't do my smart buy every single month? All that volume that has been generated for me the effort that even my own upline has put, because this is the only network marketing I can tell you guys that your upline helps you to grow. So if you don't do your basic of smart buy, and let me tell you the other thing, when you don't do your smart buy, number one, it clearly tells us, it tells the company, you're not doing basic number one, you're not using the product. Because if you are using the product, then your smart buy should be done, because if your fountain of life, your skincare, your toothpaste is finished, where else do you buy? Do you ask for other local distributors to sell to you? You know? And the answer is no. Everybody wants to buy from their shop. And if you're buying from your shop every month, clearly that means then you're able to do your smart buy. It is a check that for sure we are using our products. So that is why the company has put that there. Number two, it protects our volume. We cannot lose our volume if you're doing your smart buy. So team, I just want to, I cannot emphasize this enough. Maybe Reza will mention about it as he closes for us. But for me, it's just to tell each one of us, revisit yourself. Ask yourself, why did I join the business? Why did I join? Because if my why is big enough, the how does not matter. Am I doing those basics? Number one, am I using the product? I have to be the product of the product. Am I sharing the product's benefits? Okay. Am I, sharing the product's benefit? Then the other thing, am I training? Am I even doing what is expected of me as an individual? Do I even understand my own prosperity book, what is written here? It is my business. I invested, So those are small things that we all need to check ourselves and see whether we are doing them right. And for whatever reason, maybe if you are not doing them, it is an opportunity for you to start doing the right thing, okay? And remember that smart buy is key. Smart buy helps you grow your business. Smart buy protects your volume. Smart buy helps you to earn team commission, Smart buy, it is also a check that indeed you're walking the talk as a partner. And without adding so much, Febronia Opondo, our moderator tonight, I want to hand over the mic back to you so that you can tell us the next thing that we need to do.
Oh my, didn't I tell you? These two leaders, whenever they're given a chance to talk, they really have content in whatever they're going to tell us. To learn a lot, the basics, the business basics. They use the products, share their products, share their products. And okay, she has given us the reasons why we need to do all that, why we need to train, all this. If we weren't in this training today, all these will not have learned. This girl, whenever she talks, I write, and write, because I know whatever she's telling me, but anytime she talks, it rings, it comes fresh to me. And I can assure each one of us, if we keep doing what we are supposed to be doing, I tell you guys, we'll go places. We will go places. And Nancy, I can't thank you enough for that good job you have done for us. And I know so many of us have learned, looking at the chats that are there, what people are saying today. What are they saying? Do we have somebody saying something here in the chat? Karemi, are you seeing somebody saying? Yeah. Wow. Vanisha says, wow, well, I'm literally putting my money where my mouth is with my micro silver toothpaste. She's talking about the toothpaste. So guys, let us all endeavor to do what we are supposed to be doing after all. And this training will not be complete without us learning from our leader, us learning from our best, us listening to what our best leader is telling us. What is it that he has to to add from what we have learned today from Nancy. Yeah, I really thank God for you having come, Reza, to talk to, and the person you got was Nancy. I always imagined if you met someone else, will we really where we are? Will we really have gotten what we are getting today? Now, without taking much of your time, I have got the rest of the remaining time to give to this wonderful trainer of ours, our mentor, our leader, our brother, the guy who shows us that it can be done. I have walked, you guys. I have cultivated the route for you. It is up to you just step on my footsteps and come to where we are. We are just right behind there. Yeah. Yes. So I will not think I would be the right person to call this leader to board and talk to us. But I want to hand the mic back to my mentor, Nancy, so that Nancy can call our leader meeting. So back to you, Nancy.
Thank you so much, Febronia. And now the moment has come for our mentor, Reza. You push us, and the beauty about it, you push us where the money is. We are ready to move. We are ready to run. And I always say that we thank God for you. For me, I usually say you came to my life as a stranger, but I always say that you're the angel that God had to connect me with, because my life has changed. My family life is changing. And if you're on this call today, what story do you want people to give about you, that if you never spoke to that person you need to talk to, will their life have changed? So can you imagine somebody flying all the way from Canada to Kenya? And Reza, let me hand over this mic to you, because your words of wisdom, we are ready with our pens and books, just to make sure that we pick some words that will take us to the next level. Over to you,
Wow,
Reza.
wow. Thank you very much, Nancy. Thank you, Phoebe. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, everybody. You guys are awesome. I honestly, like, you guys just evolved in a way that it's just puts a smile on my face, and I love that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk a little bit about um, going back to the beginning for Reza, because there's a lot of people on this call who are new, and the probably human mind plays, our minds play tricks on us. It plays tricks on us, and consciously or subconsciously makes us justify why we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing, right? Oh, Nancy come from this, and Phoebe comes from that, and Reza is this, and Lucy's a Kikuyu, and people make different justifications as why someone is doing it and doing it successfully, and why I'm not doing it. I'm going to go back to the beginning of when Reza hit this industry, and I tell you something that's never changed. Something's never changed. Earlier on, when I learned about this industry, obviously it wasn't this company, but this industry, I was like, wow, what a great industry. Obviously, I didn't know enough about it, but what I was presented with about the industry really appealed to me, really got me excited. Imagine I was told work it hard 3 to 5 years, take the rest off. And I'm like, that's a great deal. What do I got to do? It doesn't really matter. You're telling me I work it 3 to 5 years, then I'm financially free, time, freedom, all of that. The total freedom comes with it. I don't care what I got to do. You know what I mean? I'll do it. We have people here in Canada. They work 3 months on, 3 months off, 3 months on, 3 months off. And you know why? Because they go to extreme places with extreme weather conditions, and they work extremely hard, long days. There's nothing to do where they go. It's just in the middle of nowhere, usually where there's only ice, only plane can drop them and plane can pick them up. There is no roads. The conditions are bad, but the money is extremely good. So what they do is they go work for 3 months, take 3 months off. They won't let them work more than that. Work 3 months, take 3 months off because of the money, right? So they work 6 months to get paid for a year, and money is good, but they got to keep doing it. So in our industry, Work it hard 3 to 5 years and take the rest off. You know what? I don't care what I got to do. When I heard about it at the beginning, just show me what I got to do. I'm going to do it to the best of my ability because I like the sound of taking the rest off. Work hard for 5 years, take the next 50 off. That sounds really good to me. So, that's what got me into this industry. And you learn as you go. You learn as you go. You start to read into the fine prints. You read about the details. You learn things. And one thing that also has never changed is, I learned, so it's to be is up to me. To be is up to me. And I trust myself. I believe in myself. But one thing I learned is that every great market, every great business, we're a global company. Forget about global, just within Canada, when I just got started, my focus was I live in Ottawa. I want to get Ottawa going. Then I want to go to Montreal. It's about 2 hours away, get Montreal going. Then I wanted to go, let's say, to Toronto, get Toronto going. Then I wanted to go to Western Canada. It's a big country. So my target was to find a leader in each city, whether myself directly or through someone, referrals, running an ad, or just plugging through. Back then, there was no social media, so I had to do it the hard way. Every phone call cost me money. If I had to meet with someone, it had to be on a call or had to fly down or drive down. But nevertheless, I never hesitated to do it because I understood that it takes one person or a small group of individuals to create a massive business. And that is something that's never changed, never changed. Now, 30 years later, we're with a company that's global. We're the company where the social media exists. We're a company that we can do meetings such as this, videos and the whole shebang for free. We're in a business that our company ships pretty much everywhere. We are in an age that company has, we used to have conference calls. Every Sunday night, people call long distance. Imagine this with my previous program, like when we got started. They pay, I don't know how much per minute to get on this audio telephone conference call. That's how we did trainings. Now things have changed. The world has changed. The businesses have changed. Everything has evolved. So what is holding me back today that I was getting done in the past that was far more challenging? What's holding me back? Now, what Reza does is this. I'm talking right now about all you guys, but especially the newer folks. Whenever I sit there and I think about things, I'm saying like, okay, let me see. If I feel, yes, Reza feels that sometimes. Why is my business slowing down? Why is my business not going as fast as I wanted to? Why is it like, steady, but I wanted to go perk, like boom. And the reason is, if I want new business, I got to help my people make sure they get their business. And if I want to add a business, meaning a new market, then I need to be is up to me. Whether I take my time on social media, referrals, running an ad. Right now, for example, I'll give you an example. Philippines is, you guys know what's happening with Philippines. They got started about 5-6 months ago. They're doing amazing, right? And now we got Mexico approved, right? Mexico approved. And there's going to be an office there and all that. So what's Reza thinking right now? I want my share of those markets. Now on social media, I'm focusing on Philippines and Mexico. Philippines, not too bad because a lot of them speak English. Mexico, hit and miss, There's a lot of them speak only Spanish. This is where you wish you spoke multiple languages. But nevertheless, I am doing what I got to do to get my share of those markets. Right now, if you look at my messenger, is loaded with a lot of Filipinos and a lot of Mexicans or Spanish-speaking people. You will see, it's like, I'm like, you see the traffic. I'm not abandoning or I'm not ignoring the others. Yeah, I'm still doing that. But what I'm doing right now is I am getting myself I'm getting myself geared up because I want a piece of the pie. To be is up to me. Now, you guys, you folks in Kenya, for example, let's talk about Kenya. You folks in Kenya, you got to sit down and think when you got started, okay? When you got started, what did you do? Because we all have our highs and lows, right? What did you do when you were feeling high? What did you do when you did MGRS? What did you do when you sold some products? What did you do when you got your first commission? What did you do when you got your wholesale profit? What did you do at any point that you felt high? And you got to go back to that and do that again. You have to do that again, right? Whatever that may be. If your target is to be MGRS qualified, then focus on that. That by itself alone will get you to Royal. That by itself will get you places that you never even imagined. If you can master it, do it and teach it, right? Make it a culture that MGRS is not an option, it's a must. How hard is it to do? Well, let's see, it's not hard. It's very simple. So that's what I do to myself. I make myself I put a lot of pressure on myself. Folks, for those of you that know me, you know, whether I qualify MGRS or not, whether I qualify CAR or not, I'll be okay. I'll be okay, right? But it's not about the extra money that I'm getting. It's about making sure to keep myself accountable. I cannot ask you to do it if I'm not doing it. You understand? I cannot put pressure on you in a good way, and you must do it, but here I'm not doing it, right? Even though I could sit there and not do it, right? But first of all, it's easy. Second of all, it's my DMO. This is what I do on a daily basis towards my business, right? Thirdly, I feel better by not being a hypocrite, by telling you to do something that I'm not doing myself, right? Maybe that's just me. I have a conscience. I just can't come and tell you, you got to do it, but I'm not doing it myself. So honestly, I don't know what your targets are, each and every one of you guys. I don't know if you're in Dominica. I'm going to pick on people that are on this call right now. I don't care if you come from Dominica, that's an island in the Caribbean. I don't care if you come from Sierra Leone, that's in West Africa, that there's no one there doing business apparently. I don't care if you come from Uganda, South Sudan, I don't care where you come from. To be is up to me. You can get that market going by yourself. All you got to do is do the basics. I don't care if you come from Toronto. Toronto, Canada is the home to Opulence Global for the last 14 years now almost, okay? You figured that Toronto would be a massive hub, right? They got the gallery, they got the world headquarters, they got the CEO, they got everybody there. But yet Toronto does this. Toronto does this. Some people think, but Toronto must be saturated now because they've been there for 14 years. Well, let me tell you, Toronto, I asked many members in Toronto, go downtown Toronto, ask 100 people, have you heard of Opulence Global? And keep track of it. Almost nobody says they have. That's how wide that market is. Not to mention extra 250,000 people that move in the Toronto area every year. So this is same challenge with you. At any point in time, if you feel like I live in Nairobi, everyone's heard of it. Everybody knows about it. Some people will say, yeah, I think I've heard of it. Well, ask them, what's it about? They won't be able to tell you what it is because people say stuff without thinking. So what you want to do is bring your belief system up, put your sleeves up, get yourself a daily method of operation, and think this way. Honestly, I'm like a crazy person. I tell myself every day, especially when I get mad, to be is up to me. So if I'm succeeding, it's I can throw myself flowers. If I'm not, I'll get mad at myself. To be is up to me, and that's what I do, and it works for me. It works for me. I'm not looking around at excuses. We got a snowstorm, or I don't. I just go and get it done. So that's all I wanted to say to you guys. This year could be the year you dreamed of, or it could be just another year passed by, right? And don't waste it. Make sure you make it count. technology, social media, locally. Get out there every day. Don't come back home till you contact 10 new people. There's a lot of different techniques and ways that you can get yourself to do what you must be doing. One of the last thing I'm going to share with you guys, when I was early out of high school, and my mentor, I've spoke about him many times. We're still friends, and he's still leading the industry. Larry Thompson said was this, how he did it when he was this 19-year-old hippie construction worker, when he joined his first company in the late 60s. How he did it was this. His mentor told him, put 10 pennies in one pocket. We don't have any more pennies in Canada, but whatever. Put 10 pennies in one pocket. Get out there, make 10 contacts. Every time you make a contact, put a penny, put in the other pocket. Do not go home until you have shifted all 10 pennies from one pocket to the other. And that's how he made 10 new contacts every day for the first year he was in the business. And what he's accomplished, I mean, he speaks for itself. Google him. This is the first billion-dollar man in the industry. So that's what I wanted to say to you guys. Some things never change. And if you want to conquer, pioneer, and reach your targets, do the most basics. Stick to the basics. If you've been in the business, done MGRS, you're not doing it anymore. Hard qualification, you're not doing it anymore. Retail profits, a lot of profit, you're not doing it anymore. Launching people, but you're not doing it anymore. Whatever it is that you used to do that you're not doing anymore, guess what the problem is? Go stand in front of the mirror and have a good talk with that person. Okay? Look him dead in the eye and say, what's wrong with you? Let's get going. So God bless you all. I just wanted to share that with you. And, keep it up, guys. Keep it up because future is friendly. Thank you, Nancy.
Wow, Reza, what would we do without you? You have the words of wisdom to always tell us and kick us and remind us and show us what we need to do and what we ain't doing. And I really want to thank you for that moment that you take every time to be with us. And you don't get tired of us even when we are like doing what you expect. We are not rising to the occasion where we are not doing to your expectation at times. Still, you are there for us and still reminding us of what we are supposed to do. I really can't stop thanking you enough. And you have told us again, it is sticking to the basics. If we don't stick to the basics, we don't expect any miracles. We don't expect things to happen if we are not doing our part. So we need to stand up, rise up, and do what we are supposed to do. And I really want to thank people. There are so many people on this call. Vanisha Jones, I want to thank you for the time you've taken to be with us today. I can't mention, there are too many. Hubert, Nathaniel, they are all here. They are here to listen and to give us that moral support for us to know we are not alone, to show how global this business is and this company is. So it is up to us to pick what we have learned, put it into practice, so our e-wallet. So taking much of your time, we said by 9:15 we will be done, and as I can look at my clock says it's exactly 9:15 on the dot. And Nancy, if I may ask, if there is no announcement for you, I could close the meeting. So Nancy, back to you so that we can close the meeting.